the surprises kind of started right away. And you started hearing the rumblings about 24 hours before the draft that, throughout the scouting community, there was a wide belief that Anaheim was going to take Leo Carlsson. Now, there were some that weren't 100% sure. There were some that were in disbelief. They thought there's no way they're going to pass on Adam Fantilli. But in the end, Pat Verbeek goes up there. They announce Leo Carlsson. That was the guy they wanted. I think that the World Championship really tipped the scales in favor of Leo Carlsson, showing that he could play center, showing that he could be with skilled players. He's a high character player. He's a highly intelligent player. And perhaps he's a better overall fit in that abrasiveness that Adam Fantilli plays with is a little bit different than what Leo Carlsson brings. So you're getting kind of, you've got your Mason McTavish already to give you some of that grit and abrasiveness and down your lineup. You've got a Leo Carlsson. What does this mean for Trevor Zegras going forward for the Anaheim Ducks? Is he a center? Is he a wing? Where are they going to put him? What's the long-term outlook for a player like that? You obviously want him to have the puck a lot with the special things that he can do. But the Ducks have really built a solid young core, and that includes guys like Zegras. You think about Pavel Mintyukov and Jamie Drysdale and Mason McTavish, Troy Terry, who's on the older end for that, but still a guy that's coming through. And you just wonder, what are the next steps the Ducks are going to be able to take here, because they've built up a ton of good young talent, especially down the middle. And now they've got a big center who possibly could be their number one center for the long term in Leo Carlsson. But that left Adam Fantilli to the Columbus Blue Jackets. And if you are the Columbus Blue Jackets, the decision could not have been easier when you stepped up to the podium. You saw it. We've got a big center. We've got a fast center. We've got a skilled center. We've got a physical center. That's all of them put together. Adam Fantilli, that's what you get. That is what the Blue Jackets have so sorely needed. And yet it's another University of Michigan player going to Columbus. I don't know how many Ohio State Columbus Blue Jackets fans cross over. I'm guessing a whole heck of a lot. And those Buckeye fans really have to stomach a lot of maize and blue on their red, white, and blue of the Columbus Blue Jackets, because you've got Zach Werenski, you've got now Adam Fantilli, they also drafted Gavin Brindley, they've drafted Kent Johnson, so there is a very significant Michigan connection to Columbus. But beyond that, what the Blue Jackets have now is that center that has been elusive to them. They've needed a number one center for a long time. Adam Fantilli is that guy. That's what he's going to be for them. That's what he looks like long term. And this is the kind of player that they've been waiting for. So there was a bit of a question, would Adam Fantilli go back to school? There is no debate anymore. He signed his NHL contract with Columbus. He was the first prospect from this draft class to sign his pro deal. He will be foregoing the remainder of his college eligibility, and he will go straight to the NHL next season. I thought, if Anaheim drafted Fantilli, maybe they could have let him go back on their timeline. Columbus is on a quicker timeline. This is a team that feels like they need to start competing immediately, and now they have a player that's going to actually help them right away. Do I think that Adam Fantilli is going to have a Calder Trophy caliber season? I can't predict that. I don't think so, but I do think he's going to make an impact, or make a very good, impactful year out of his rookie year, and that's going to help them move forward. Now, you have to remember, Columbus doesn't have a rebuild they've been rebuilding to a certain extent, but this is not a lineup that is focused on a rebuild. This is a lineup that's focused on competing, even though they had such a terrible year last year with a lot of bad luck. You think of Johnny Gaudreau, Patrick Laine, Zach Werenski, you get all those guys healthy in the lineup and together. Then you add in guys like Kent Johnson, who's a year wiser. Cole Sillinger, is he going to make that jump this year to be back in the NHL and be playing regularly? Is David Juracek going to move up into their blue line? They obviously went out and bought in free agency as well, going and get Ivan Provorov, or rather in the trade market, getting Ivan Provorov. So they've made some significant moves in their organization to compete now, and Adam Fantilli just adds another layer to that. So now you've got Adam Fantilli in the lineup next season, and he's the guy that they haven't really had